According to a news report, Durk's father stated that Durk will be released on bond following 3 attempts. Did you know that? The judge found it impossible to turn down the offer from his attorneys.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, at least for the 3rd time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you, and inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
The judge took 4 days to make a ruling. Unfortunately, the press reported that Lil Durk's overwhelming wealth would prevent him from being released on bond. The officials, worried that Lil Durk would use his wealth to pressure witnesses, say that in order to be granted bond, he would need to declare bankruptcy and give up all he owns.
Bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is, under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
If you think Durk was denied bond because he's rich, you don't know anything about this case, the widely circulated post stated. Concerning information that I discovered in the evidence files is as follows. The new TED body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and F members has changed this case. They chose to keep it a secret, even though Duh's brother had essentially worked everything out. To the amazement of Durk's lawyers, since Ted is DD's brother and Durk's main hitter, many were interested in what Ted informed the federal authorities in the lengthy bail proposal documents that his attorneys filed. But Ted was apprehended by cops at a nearby convenience shop with a weapon.
Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
I swear I'll tell y'all about the murders, he pleaded, sobbing as he was escorted inside the police station.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
I swear to God, I tell you, I'll be telling you, please, I swear, please.
Positioned within the waiting cell, Ted is just interested in rattling on and seems to be crying hysterically. Killings. He is aware.
Hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 779, what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
It was Ted, but supporters thought Day was snitching because Day's last name appeared in court filings. Durk's best friend Bazoo helped to clarify the air when Bonnie was even charged with snitching.
No more know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all that threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Bonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. On my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
Everything, though, is thrown into disarray when DJ Academic mentions Vonnie allegedly snitching against Durk.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out that his co-defendant OTF Vonnie, King Von's cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, you know, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, you know, maybe jumped the maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
After Durk's pal Glee died in Chicago last night, the comment, "Has anyone heard from Jam?" after he snitched on Durk, went viral. After his release, Durk will impose additional bounties on his operations and anybody connected to his case, even if it appears that he has already done so. He was exposed as a snitch on DJ Vlad's show, and he has been absent for months, even though many members of the F-Gang are dying.
Guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in a
everyone in a
jam.
jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
This resulted in press headlines that stated, F members found OTF Jam hiding out in a crib outside of Atlanta. Outside the house where Jam was staying, a picture of the incident was displayed. Rumor has it that Jam was reprimanded for spying on Durk. The federal government, meanwhile, is reviewing more than 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, including 20,000 pages of reports, video surveillance, and audio recordings that Jam supplied. Regarded as a fresh court update for the purpose of research, Jam is the key to locking Durk up for all three crimes, according to the new charges he faces for snitching. First, Durk's brother Dathing had to deal with Stephen Mack. Second, Jam's baby mom, who was expelled after Durk found out Jam was spying. And third, this Instagram Live, where Durk witnessed Jam wearing a wire.
Hey, kid! Give me the check on your man, let me get his head. Hey. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I was having a dare. Architect. Having a who? I'm having a dare. School trying to stop down.
However, understood that when James started acting strangely, he would comply because he had been playing 3D chess the entire time before getting detained.
I see shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
But Durk spoke further on it as he shared that he stopped letting his friends to his house.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We can have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the. You gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
Avoid playing F-Jams. The individual Durk handed $50,000 to saw the folks in the background during this Instagram Live.
What's his name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him.
Get in the milk for baby mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it.
Buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know that
How many you did off?
And the year I did it now?
Yeah. That's your leg bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
But during Durk's probe into Stephen Max's death, a video of Durk praying for Dang was shown in court because it was uploaded about 30 minutes after Stephen was removed. Durk's live laughter was captured on Instagram the next day.
You can't see other shit. What? Tweak on my folks. Hey, somebody always said, slap car. Somebody always said, slap car.
He still has a chance to be released from prison, though, as the prosecution has been disputing its own evidence against Durk.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
The only evidence the prosecutors had on Durk, according to his attorney Drew, was his lyrics, which he says the prosecutors are no longer.
So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
They are taking these steps, in part, to ensure Durk's attorneys have a First Amendment defense ready in case things don't.
First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is
in the press reports. However, prosecutors discovered a new potential informant, so they postponed Durk's release on bond. In order to obtain evidence against Durk at the last minute for the upcoming court hearing, this was done. This clearly shows the authorities know that rap artists are usually affiliated. The new informant being mentioned in the trial is probably Big U Brick Baby Loose Cannon, as Brick Baby was arrested the week this news was made public. The timing of these arrests leads lawyers to believe that the authorities would urge Brick Baby to give up everything on Durk because, ironically, Brick Baby sort of blamed Durk for Lil Pab's death in this interview 3 years ago. They also believe Brick Baby, who was arrested in the most recent gang bust, will turn on.
But was this an attempted hit or
Well, you can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
God.
Like, who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had asked me, I probably would have been coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, could I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd something.
Right.